You're looking at the strangest and most pointless thing I've ever come up with as far as redstone creations go. I was looking into alternatives to Pez dispenser cart stacks. They're a little bit glitchy on multiplayer servers. The carts tend to bounce, a little bit of a problem. So I was looking for a way to keep carts on track at all times. And I thought about a helix loader like Diamond Station uses, and I thought there must be a way I can do it horizontally without having to make spirals and go up and down hills, just flat on the ground. And so I've come up with something with pistons, and it's extremely overly complex for what it needs to be, but it's quite amusing. So I'm just going to show you it a couple of times and see if you can figure out what I'm doing. Figure it out yet? Okay, it's time for an explanation. As I've mentioned in other videos, and I use this particular method in my other stations, if you place a cart on powered rail and there's a barrier on one side, it will travel the other direction. If there is no barrier, a block or another cart or something for it to bump up against, it will just sit there even when you power the rail. So it's not good enough just to power the rail underneath the cart and have it move automatically. You need to insert a block behind it. But you can't just drop a block down here, you'll crush the track and then there's no way to put it back. So that's where the sticky piston back here comes in. First, we pull this track away. Then we power that, and it drops the block down, and the cart rolls forward because it has a barrier behind it. Then this block comes back up, leaving the space here again. Then this gets powered and pushes our track back into place. And there's just enough space here so that the cart can start rolling. It'll roll onto this block, and while it's still on this piece of track here, this track gets pushed back in by the piston, keeping the whole thing continuous. So there was rather tricky timing. You have to get this to pull back and stay open long enough for this block here to drop down and lift back up again. Watch it again, see if you see what's happening. I added a little bit extra to this one, as far as logic goes, just to prevent other people from coming along and spamming the button and breaking it. So there is a detector rail up there, and this button cannot be used until a cart rolls over that detector rail up top. And that's not integral to this particular contraption, so I'm not even going to bother showing you how it works. But that is there so that people can't break it. And apparently I have broken it anyway. So here's how it works. You run power from the button. And you can ignore this RS NOR latch here. This is for the button spam protection. Here we have our quick close circuit. And it's a fairly long delay. This will control the delay for these pistons here. They need to stay open for quite a while, so this controls how long they're open for. And when I power it, it turns on, and then that timer turns it right back off again. So over here we split the signal. We split it one way, which runs over here, and is on a 0.4 of a second delay, and it powers all of these powered rail that the carts are resting on. And that stays on for quite a while. That way it's on long enough for this block to come down and the cart to have a barrier to push against to start moving. On the other side, we run the wire up here, and we split it again, so there's 3 in total. We run one of them this way through another quick close circuit, this one a little bit shorter. Okay. So I'm sorry, I was wrong. This one out here is responsible for this, and it's the longest one, so this power stays on the longest. This quick shut circuit here is slightly shorter. It's responsible for all these pistons along the back. And finally, up at the top, we have one more that's even shorter. It's the shortest one of the three, and it's responsible for pushing these pistons down. So these ones move down and up very quickly. Meanwhile, the pistons here that pull the track back are open slightly longer, and this one over here powering the rail is powered longer than both of those. And that way everything kind of works together. So there it is. It's big, it's complicated, and it's not practical. You'd probably never want to use it in your station. But it works, and it's kind of interesting. It was a lot of fun to build.